Okay, so this is 6:15. This is video 128. It's more on factoring part 2, and this is the follow-up video that I promised you earlier today that I do. And these problems are odd ones from the regions. I'll give you some even ones so you can get your practice in today. It does require a little bit of practice, but once you get it down, again, it's a lot of things in algebra. It's like riding a bicycle. Okay, so let's do the first one. I need to find the key. 2 times 1 is 2, so two numbers that multiply to 2 but add up to 3. Well, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. So you see they kind of gave you a gift. Let's break it up into 2 parts. We've shown again and again and again that it doesn't matter the order that I take, so I'm just going to do any kind of random order here. So I'm not doing the same thing again and again. Factor out the 2 left ones and the 2 right ones. Looks like there's not much work for the ones on the right. And I get 2x factors out. And what's left? 2x plus 1. Rewrite the x plus 1. And what number makes it work? Or you can factor out what number, only number that factors out from x plus 1, these 2 prime terms. So there I write it out. And in any order, which you can check yourself. A lot of you wouldn't need, after you do it for a while, if it works, it works. You're pretty confident that it works, but we showed you how to do it. So there it is, okay? So this equals this. This is the factorization of this quadratic trinomial, and the difference again is that the coefficients aren't 1 anymore, so they're considered a little bit more challenging. I'm not sure if I understand what that means. Now we go over here, and the variables n, and everybody's coprime. We'll talk more about that later. Coprime keeps coming up in this math. And let's see. So 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. So it's a negative at the end. So it's got to be a positive times a negative that adds up to 1. Well, when you look at all the factors of 12, it looks like positive 4 and negative 3 get the job done. Because 4 times negative 3 equals negative 12, and 4 minus 3 equals 1. I'll break it up in any order. Plus 4n, minus 3n, minus 6, and get this out of the way. It might confuse some of the weaker students. There we are, okay? And now I'll factor out to both sides. So this would be n, and this would be 2. Got to be careful here. Make sure I'm doing it in my head, but I could write them out and factor them, but definitely take the time to go backwards to make sure that you're getting the proper factor. Otherwise, you'll be in for a surprise when you get to the second step here. And what works here? The negative 3, or you could just factor out these 2 terms. And there it is, 2n minus 3 times n plus 2. So I'll give you some practice doing these. I'm going to hold number 5, and I'm going to hold it for a couple minutes, and I invite the kids who are doing this video to do this one on your own, and then I'll do it. So I'll wait a couple minutes, get off the screen, and because there's plenty of time on the tape, and this way you can do it. And then, like we would in class, then I would do it on the board. So again, I'm giving you time to find the keys, to write it out. Notice I didn't check anything. And we're focused on number 5, very good. Again, I'm giving you more time, giving you time to work on it. And okay, so now I'm going. I showed you how to do a whole bunch of them. This is number 5. Like I said, I'll give you the even ones. I'm just talking to kill a little more time. Some of you trying to work it out. The variable here is y. I'm sure you're used to that if you've been doing your work. And all I have to do now is find a key that works. So I'll go over to this side over here, again, trying to stay out of the picture as much as possible. And here we go. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. I'll just write it there. And it has to add up to negative 9. But again, the last term, the way we look at it, the last factor is negative, so it has to be a negative times a positive, and since the negative is the middle term, the negative has to be bigger than the positive. So it seems to me, at least, that negative 10 times 1 equals negative 10, and negative 10 plus 1 equals negative 9. So that might take you a little bit of practice. What am I going to say? You just write out the list if you're confused, and then you're in good shape. You're bound to find it. And if you can't find it, I repeat again, it's not factorable. Okay? Or something went wrong. Something was copied wrong. Who knows? Okay. So let's rewrite this. 2y squared minus 10y plus y minus 5. No one can deny that this is the same as this. Now we factor out 2y seems to factor out here, and there's a y left over, and there's minus 5. Check, check, check. This is an important part of the math, and it is the same. So rewrite it. And the number that works, of course, is 1, since these two factors are identical. And now the answer is 2y plus 1 times y minus 5 in any order. Okay, so there we go. I'll get this one out, and we pretty much showed you how to do these. Like I said, I'll give you an assignment, and I'll definitely do those tomorrow. Later, I'm just going to write out the answers for the assignment I gave you on Friday. Okay.